announcement made by the American President Donald Trump. We're joined by Mr. Ahmed Ali Ibrahim, who is a Saudi political analyst and also a US-Saudi relations expert, is joining us on this broadcast. Now, Mr. Ali Ibrahim, this is an announcement by the American president where he said that the United States of America intends to take over the Gaza Strip for a long time to come, is something that few people expected. Now, give us a sense of how this announcement by the American president will be taken by the regional players, key among them being Egypt, Saudi Arabia and Jordan.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for your viewers for giving me this opportunity. I think I like what you said. It's an announcement. Donald Trump, usually he comes from a business background. He wants to push what he wants. He wants the maximum, then he will settle for the little. So definitely this analogy that he's using is definitely not going to work. It's not going to resonate in the region. It's not fair. It's a crime for humanity, pushing people from land. Those people are not settlers. The Gaza people are not settlers. If we compare it, to the United States, he has every right to push illegal immigrants back to their countries. But those people actually are the owners of the land. So this resolution by President Trump, I think it's just an announcement. I think he's going to revise it back. And when he goes back to his team and he resonated and he, basically put it among his partners in the region, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, this is not going to actually resonate well. Actually, on the contrary, by doing this, you're pushing more instability to the region, to Israel. You're going to basically push Israel to the cliff. Listen, let's not forget that Trump has some issues with Benjamin Netanyahu. He doesn't like him. It's stated the fact, and he said that a couple times. Mm-hmm. And you can see it from the videos that you are showing. Right. There is no comfort with that. So actually, and all the people that's around Witkoff, the State Department, the ambassador of the United States to Israel, they are very pro-Israel, right. Let alone some of them are Zionists. So there will be some pushback from the region in actually having these policies done here, right. Because it's going to only destabilize the region.
The Saudi statement that has been put out after this announcement was made by Donald Trump says that there needs to be a two-state solution and a Palestinian state, of course, needs to be brought into existence. Egypt and Jordan, one needs to see as to how willing would they be to be accommodative of Donald Trump's demand that the Palestinian population from the Gaza Strip be moved into their territories. But the question that I want to ask you is this. When Donald Trump made this announcement, Netanyahu was standing right next to him. On the question of who will live in the Gaza Strip, once it has been cleaned out, Donald Trump said that global citizens can come and live there, including the Palestinians. How do you think this announcement is being viewed in Tel Aviv?
I think Trump gave Benjamin Netanyahu more than what he actually expected. And really, Netanyahu never came with that resolution because this is not going to work. They've been trying actually to do that since 1967, and it's always been failing. And since the heinous October 7 that happened in Israel, Israel actually managed to carpet bomb Gaza because they want this, they want to push this, but it's not going to happen. You cannot displace people that they own the land to another country. Egypt won't accept it. Any place won't accept it. Listen, why don't you think of displacing those people if you're going to push them away from their land? You push them to the south, sub-Saharan desert in Al-Naqab in south of Israel, or south of Palestine, if that matter. Why you're putting them in another country? Nobody is going to carry the expenses. Nobody has the right to displace people. Nobody wants to deal with these kind of files in the region. Who's going to pay for it? Who's going to actually manage it? So this is actually, it's a daydreaming in my opinion. Yesterday, BS actually stated very well, this all resolution are not accepted by Saudi Arabia, and it's not going to be even talked about. And the US administration need to come up with a different solution. I think Donald Trump needs to give access to the Arabian League, Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, the keys to, how to solve Gaza. The state solution must happen. Israel will never accept the two-state solution, since also they are now in the talks of actually displacing Gaza. So really, you need serious people to come to the table in order to solve the region. Anything like that is going to basically means more insecurity for Israel.
It's going to be interesting to see as to how all of this, of course, will play out. You're saying that this is a solution that is not going to be acceptable either to Egypt, Jordan and to Saudi Arabia. But the fact that Gaza could be taken over by the Americans and become American territory potentially, because that's what Donald Trump is saying, how do you think that would be looked upon by the state of Israel, which is a close ally of the United States of America, to now effectively have American presence in the Gaza Strip?
I really find it difficult. It's for me like thinking of India and Saudi Arabia actually have a claim of Los Angeles or any state in the United States. Does that feasible? Is that acceptable? Would it bringing this foreign part to this big body in the region is going to be accepted? It does not make sense. You are talking something out of structure of politics and geography and everything. So I think the U.S. embassy. Our station, we have the biggest U.S. embassy in the world is based in Iraq. The second biggest U.S. embassy is based in Lebanon. Gaza is not going to be an American territory. It's not going to be a UN. There is a Palestinians that they own the land, and we cannot push those people out of the land. It's their dignity. It's their attachment, the generation. So anything you see, it's a displacement, and it's going only to fume the region. And what Arabia is trying to do with Egypt and every other countries and with our allies in the region is to have established region and to focus on economy and provide more GDP per capita and have a great,
I think you made your point there. We're completely out of time, but this of course is an issue that is going to be talked about with for many days and weeks indeed to come. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Ahmed Ali Ibrahim, for joining us from Riyadh and getting us that perspective there.
Pleasure to have you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.